There lies a secret that veils our world, a hidden language of symbols woven into existence by ancient hands. These symbols whisper truths to those who listen with the soul, a map to realms of power, balance, and rebirth. Imagine unraveling this sacred knowledge, wielding the same force that shaped civilizations. What if these symbols are not mere marks, but keys to your highest potential? Stay with me, and together we will unlock this ancient script of the soul. But beware. Once you open your eyes to this truth, there's no turning back. Imagine for a moment a builder, not merely a craftsman but an alchemist of the soul, called to construct a temple unlike any other. Not a temple of stone and mortar, but one woven from the very fabric of the spirit, eternal and unseen. This is the great work of the Mason, a sacred journey echoed in ancient mysteries. The tools he wields are no ordinary instruments. The square, far more than a carpenter's guide, whispers of cosmic order, a symbol of divine harmony anchoring our moral compass. The compass, drawn in an arc, like the celestial movements of the heavens, urges us to seek balance in all things, aligning our lives with the grand patterns of the universe. And then there is the all-seeing eye, a symbol revered across millennia from the temples of Egypt to the mystic texts of the Hermetic tradition. It is a reminder to cultivate watchful awareness, to see beyond the veil of illusion and glimpse the hidden geometry of existence. But these are not isolated symbols. They form a living tapestry, an ancient design, a riddle from the dawn of time, inviting us to awaken. Together, they call each of us to step beyond the mundane and into a higher understanding of our purpose. They are not merely symbols to be studied, but keys to unlock the forgotten chambers of the soul. The Masons called this the journey of the builder, a path of initiation for those bold enough to follow it. It is the same journey taken by seekers throughout history, a quest not only to understand, but to become. And as we decode these symbols, we do not simply observe a mystery, we enter it, walking the same path of wisdom and transformation that has guided humanity for centuries. And so we step into the builder's journey, a path shrouded in secrets, where the struggle to bring light to darkness begins. The purpose is unclear at first, but each step whispers of hidden truths. Why must the builder venture into the unknown, armed only with patience and vision? What lies beyond the veil of silence and shadows? In the ancient legends of Masonic tradition, this builder is not merely a craftsman, but a seeker of the unseen. His task is extraordinary: to construct a temple without the sound of hammer and chisel, without the comfort of familiar voices. This is no ordinary temple. It is forged from the substance of the mind and soul, every layer a fragment of his essence, his beliefs, his values, his experiences. With each stone he places, a deeper part of his true self is revealed. But the question remains, will he succeed in unlocking the mystery of his purpose? Yet no great journey is without its trials. The builder faces three enigmatic forces: thought, emotion, and action. They are powerful guides but can just as easily betray him. Thought, the endless stream of ideas, can either illuminate his path or lead him into a maze of doubt. Emotion, fierce and consuming, fuels his passion but threatens to pull him into chaos. Action, his will in motion, teeters on the edge of creation and destruction. What happens when these forces rebel? When thought becomes confusion, emotion descends into turmoil, and action crumbles into recklessness. The temple he painstakingly builds trembles on the brink of collapse. But the builder does not yet abandon his quest. He knows there is a hidden key, an ancient wisdom waiting to be unearthed. If he can master these forces, bring them into harmony, the path forward will be revealed. The question is, will he rise to meet the challenge, or will the darkness consume him? The builder does not retreat, for he knows that the secret lies not in resistance, but in the delicate harmony of life's most powerful forces: thought, emotion, and action, each a celestial thread woven into the tapestry of existence. These forces are like stars in perfect orbit, each influencing the other, creating an invisible balance that shapes all creation. Thought must pierce the veil of illusion, cutting through the shadows to reveal hidden truths. Emotion must burn with sacred fire, illuminating the heart with passion tempered by wisdom. Action must crystallize intention into reality, transforming the unseen into the tangible and giving life to what once existed only in dreams. This is not the tale of an ordinary builder, but a path destined for all who dare to awaken. Each of us is entrusted with the divine architecture of selfhood. We are not merely constructing fleeting desires, dreams, or beliefs. We are shaping existence itself in hidden dimensions, unknown to the waking mind. With each choice, with each step, we lay another stone in the great inner temple, a structure built not of stone and mortar, but of vision, resilience, and sacred intention. The universe, like a silent guardian, awaits our balance, for within that balance lies the key to fulfillment. Thought without clarity becomes a labyrinth of confusion. Emotion without temperance descends into chaos. Action without alignment fractures what we've built. The builder's mastery lies not in overcoming these forces, but in guiding them into harmony, a cosmic dance that reveals the deeper mystery of self-creation. And so the builder stands at the edge of the known and the unknown, aware that the light he seeks is not out there but within, a steady flame glowing deep in the sanctuary of his soul. Every experience, every trial, every fragment of darkness is an opportunity to refine this light, to transform the chaotic forces into pillars of strength and wisdom. This is the true task of the builder, not merely to create, but to become, an architect of a life built on purpose, truth, and divine balance. Light and darkness, twin forces that have shaped the human experience since the dawn of creation. To the uninitiated, they appear as opposites: knowledge and ignorance, order and chaos, clarity and blindness. But those who understand the deeper mysteries see them not as rivals, but as sacred companions. One cannot exist without the other. Light finds its true meaning only in contrast to darkness. Darkness is not the absence of light. It is a fertile void, a cradle of potential and transformation. Together they weave the fabric of existence, a cosmic dance that beckons us to explore the very nature of our souls. Imagine standing alone in complete darkness, the air thick with stillness, the unknown stretching out before you like an endless sea. Fear creeps in, whispering its ancient warnings. The unknown is dangerous, best left unseen. Your senses heighten, seeking familiar ground, yet finding none. But then, from the depths of this void, a single flame appears, a flickering light that cuts through the darkness like a divine signal. It is faint but persistent, a spark of awareness calling you to awaken. That flame is the beginning of vision, a symbol of the ancient knowledge that waits for those brave enough to walk into the unknown. In the esoteric traditions, the void is far from empty. It is the source of creation, the womb of the universe. The Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, reminds us that this dance of light and darkness is not only cosmic, but deeply personal. Within each of us lies a similar tension, a labyrinth of hidden truths and forgotten dreams waiting to be brought into the light. The Masonic tradition teaches that this darkness is the blank canvas on which we paint our inner worlds. It is here, in the unlit chambers of the soul, that transformation begins. Facing our darkness is not an act of conquest, but of communion, a sacred dialogue between what we know and what we fear to confront. In Masonic art, the builder stands as a powerful symbol of this journey. Cloaked in a deep blue robe and crowned with golden light, he exists at the threshold between two realms, the known and the unknown, light and shadow, chaos and order. Blue represents wisdom, a steady presence amidst the swirling mystery, while gold symbolizes enlightenment, the radiant light of insight that pierces through illusion. This builder is no ordinary craftsman. He is an alchemist of the soul, a seeker transmuting base experiences into higher truths. But light and darkness are more than symbolic tools. They are the forces that guide us toward self-mastery. Darkness invites exploration, a descent into the depths of our own consciousness, a chance to retrieve the parts of ourselves we have hidden or forgotten. It is here that we find the raw materials for transformation. The Masons teach that darkness is a crucible, a space of purification and preparation. It is not an adversary, but a sacred space where the soul is tested, refined, and ultimately reborn. In ancient symbols like the Ouroboros, the serpent devouring its own tail, we see the endless cycle of destruction and rebirth, death and renewal. Consider how often we in our own lives turn away from darkness, mistaking it for something to be feared. We shy away from difficult experiences, suppress painful memories, and avoid uncertainties about the future. But the darkness we flee is precisely where our greatest power resides. The Masonic path teaches that by embracing darkness, we reclaim the fragments of ourselves that we have lost. The void becomes a sanctuary, a sacred place where we can confront our fears and transmute them into strength. The light we seek is not external. It grows from within, fed by our willingness to face what lies in the shadows. Like the ancient builders of temples and cathedrals, we are called to construct something eternal, not from stone, but from the substance of our souls. The tools of the builder, the square, the compass, the all-seeing eye, are not physical implements, but guides for navigating this inner terrain. Each step we take toward balance, understanding, and harmony brings us closer to the mastery of this symbolic craft. As the builder ascends the stairway of mastery, he learns that the journey is not linear. There are moments of light, moments of shadow, moments when the path seems lost entirely. But every experience, no matter how dark, serves a purpose. The Masonic journey is one of balance, of learning to walk between light and darkness without losing oneself to either. Too much light can be as blinding as darkness itself, an overwhelming flood that drowns out meaning and clarity. The true path lies in harmony, in learning to see with both the eyes of the body and the eyes of the soul. In the heart of the Masonic tradition, there is a profound teaching. The builder's true temple is within. Unlike the grand cathedrals of the past, this temple is invisible, crafted from character, values, and experience. Every choice, every challenge faced, every lesson learned becomes a stone in its foundation. And just as ancient temples were built to stand the test of time, so too must the inner temple be resilient, able to weather the storms of life. The builder's robe of blue and crown of golden light remind us of the balance we must cultivate between wisdom and action, insight and compassion. To build this temple is to embrace the entirety of our being, the light and the dark, the known and the unknown. It is a sacred task, a lifelong journey toward becoming whole. As the Ouroboros teaches, the end is always a new beginning. Light and darkness, far from being enemies, are the twin forces that propel us forward into the infinite mystery of who we are meant to become. As we move deeper into this journey, imagine standing before a vast stairway, a path not built of stone, but of time, experience, and choice. This is no ordinary stairway. It is a map for human development, a symbolic path towards self-mastery and personal transformation. In the Masonic tradition, each step on this stairway represents a lesson, a key to unlocking the deeper meaning of existence. At the heart of this journey are three essential forces that shape every person's life: thought, emotion, and action. The Masons saw these forces as the three pillars of the inner temple, each one crucial for creating a balanced and purposeful life. But mastering these forces is not simple. They are constantly shifting, testing us at every turn. The first pillar, thought, the architect of reality. Thought is the foundation of everything we create. It's the architect within us, drawing the blueprints for our lives through beliefs, ideas, and endless streams of inner dialogue. Imagine your mind as a compass. When aligned with clarity and intention, it guides you toward truth and wisdom. But when clouded by doubt, fear, or distraction, it spins wildly, leaving you lost and disoriented. The Masons teach that to master thought, we must bring order to the chaos of our minds. This is not about suppressing ideas or silencing our inner voice, but about refining it, training our thoughts to focus on what elevates us and discarding what holds us back. Thought can be a powerful creator, shaping our world through the beliefs we hold and the choices we make. But left unchecked, it becomes a labyrinth, trapping us in endless loops of confusion. Example, think of someone preparing to climb a mountain. Without a map and a clear plan, every step becomes a gamble. The same is true of our thoughts. Without clarity, we risk wandering aimlessly. But with discipline, our thoughts become the guiding stars, illuminating the path ahead. The second pillar, emotion. The flame that fuels the journey. Emotion is the driving force of the human experience. It is the spark that ignites passion, the current that carries us through love, beauty, and purpose. But like fire, emotion is a double-edged sword. When harnessed, it can light the way forward. When untamed, it can destroy everything in its path. The Masons liken emotion to a forge, capable of transforming raw experience into strength and wisdom, but only if controlled. Mastering emotion doesn't mean suppressing it. Rather, it means learning to channel it in ways that serve us. Recognize your emotions, listen to them, but do not let them drive you blindly. Example, picture a river. When it flows within its banks, it nourishes the land, bringing life and abundance. But when it floods, it becomes a force of destruction. Emotion is no different. It can guide us toward connection and purpose, or overwhelm us with fear and desire. The third pillar, action, the builder's hand. If thought is the blueprint and emotion the fire, then action is the builder's hand, the force that shapes reality. Action turns intention into creation. It's the chisel that carves the raw stone of our lives, giving form and meaning to our experiences. But action without purpose is dangerous. It becomes reckless, tearing down what we've worked so hard to build. Every action, no matter how small, leaves a mark. The Masons remind us that true mastery lies in deliberate, purposeful action, aligned with our highest values and deepest intentions. Example, imagine a sculptor working on a masterpiece. Each strike of the chisel must be precise, intentional. One careless strike could shatter the stone. The same is true of our actions. When guided by thought and tempered by emotion, action becomes a powerful force for creation. The stairway of mastery. These three forces, thought, emotion, and action, are the steps of the stairway. Each step brings us closer to understanding. Each step is a challenge to be overcome. In the Masonic tradition, this stairway begins at ground level, flanked by two great pillars, symbols of duality, light and darkness, order and chaos, the seen and the unseen. To ascend the stairway, the builder must first acknowledge these opposites. Life is a balance of contrasts, and true strength comes from navigating them with grace. As the builder climbs, he encounters a series of 7 steps, each one representing an essential field of human knowledge: grammar, rhetoric, logic, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy. These disciplines are more than academic pursuits. They are spiritual tools, shaping the mind and soul. Grammar and rhetoric teach the builder to understand and express himself clearly. Logic and arithmetic sharpen his mind, revealing patterns and truths. Geometry and astronomy connect him to the order of the universe, showing him the beauty of creation. Music speaks directly to the soul, reminding him of harmony and rhythm, the unseen forces that guide all life. Beyond these steps, the builder encounters the five senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. These senses are the gates through which we experience the world, but they can also deceive. The builder must learn to master them, to distinguish truth from illusion. The pinnacle of the journey. At the top of the stairway, the builder encounters the triangle crowned with light, a symbol of balance and harmony. It represents the union of body, mind, and spirit. This is the ultimate goal, not to conquer the external world, but to master the inner world, bringing every part of ourselves into alignment. The Masons believed that each of us is a builder, constantly constructing our inner temple. Thought, emotion, and action are the tools we wield. How we use them determines whether we build a temple of strength and purpose or a fragile structure that crumbles at the first storm. The final reflection. The journey of the builder is one of constant refinement. Each day, we are challenged to bring our thoughts, emotions, and actions into alignment. It is a practice, a lifelong process of self-mastery. When we live in balance, we bring balance to the world around us. The stairway invites each of us to climb, to rise above the mundane, and to reach for something greater. It reminds us that true strength lies within, and that every step we take, every choice, every lesson, is part of a grand design. At the pinnacle of the Masonic journey lies one of its most enigmatic and powerful symbols, the Eye of Providence, often called the All-Seeing Eye. This ancient symbol, embedded in history and mystery, gazes down from within a radiant triangle, a watchful presence observing the unfolding drama of human existence. It appears in ancient manuscripts, the frescoes of Renaissance cathedrals, and the seals of secret societies. For some, it represents divine protection and universal order. For others, it is a reminder of something far more profound, a hidden force that guides the seeker toward higher awareness. But what does this symbol truly mean? Why has it captivated scholars, mystics, and visionaries for centuries? To answer this, we must journey back to the Age of Enlightenment, where the Eye of Providence began to appear on everything from religious art to the Great Seal of the United States. To the untrained eye, it may seem like a relic of decorative symbolism, but those who understood its deeper meaning knew that it pointed towards something far greater, a spiritual truth hidden in plain sight. The eye is no ordinary symbol. It represents a vision beyond sight, an awareness that transcends the physical and pierces through illusion. For Masons, the all-seeing eye is more than an emblem. It is a portal to a deeper reality. The triangle that frames it holds its own hidden wisdom. Esoterically, the triangle represents the sacred trinity: body, mind, and spirit. It is a map for personal transformation, a reminder that only by bringing these three aspects into harmony can one achieve true balance. Yet the greatest secret of the all-seeing eye lies not in ancient texts or symbols carved into stone. Its real power resides within each of us, in the quiet space where our conscious mind meets the subconscious. It speaks of an internal watcher, the part of ourselves that silently observes without judgment the flow of our thoughts, actions, and motives. This internal gaze is relentless, always present, always watching. It urges us to ask the hard questions. Are you living with purpose? Are your actions aligned with your highest values? To live under the all-seeing eye is to embrace a life of constant self-reflection. The eye does not demand perfection, but it insists on truth. It calls us to peel back the layers of illusion we have built around ourselves, to confront our shadows, our doubts, and our fears. This is not an easy path. True vision, after all, requires honesty, humility, and courage. In the Masonic tradition, the all-seeing eye represents more than individual introspection. It is a symbol of interconnectedness. It reminds us that we are part of a grand design, an intricate web where every thought, action and decision ripples outward, shaping the world in ways we may never fully comprehend. The builders of ancient temples understood this. Their work was not just a physical act of construction, but a spiritual journey, each stone representing a virtue, each pillar symbolizing a principle of human growth. The Renaissance scholars who studied the mysteries of sacred geometry saw the eye as a key to unlocking the harmony of the universe. To them, the universe was not chaos, but an exquisite pattern, a tapestry of interconnected forces waiting to be understood. Mystics believed the all-seeing eye offered divine vision, a way to transcend the boundaries of ordinary consciousness and glimpse the deeper truth of existence. But this symbol is not only a reminder of divine awareness, it is also a challenge, a call to transformation. The all-seeing eye represents a process, a path that unfolds through self-mastery. The Masons saw it as a guide for the seeker, one who must first descend into darkness before rising into the light. This descent is crucial, for it is in darkness that we confront our shadows and begin the work of reshaping ourselves. Think of the inner watcher as a compass within, pointing us toward our true north. But the compass does not lie. It reveals our weaknesses, our flaws, and the illusions we cling to. It demands that we face these uncomfortable truths if we are to grow. The journey begins with acknowledging the hidden aspects of ourselves, the thoughts and desires we often suppress. The all-seeing eye does not judge. It simply invites us to observe, to understand, and ultimately to transform. In psychological terms, this process is nothing less than a confrontation with the self. The ancient mystics called it the dark night of the soul, a time of great inner turmoil when the seeker is stripped of illusion and left standing before the raw truth of their being. Yet this darkness is not a place of despair, but a fertile ground for growth. It is where the seeds of transformation are planted, where light begins to emerge from shadow. The triangle that frames the eye serves as a map for this journey. Body, mind, and spirit must come into alignment if we are to see clearly. The body represents our physical reality, the vessel through which we experience the world. The mind is the realm of thought, the architect of our beliefs and perceptions. The spirit is the eternal essence, the spark that connects us to something greater. When these three are balanced, we stand on solid ground. When they are out of harmony, chaos ensues. The all-seeing eye challenges us to cultivate this balance. It teaches that clarity of thought without emotional wisdom leads to cold detachment, while unchecked emotion without the guidance of reason becomes chaos. Action without purpose dissipates into meaningless motion. True vision, then, is the ability to integrate these elements, to act with clarity, feel with wisdom, and think with purpose. This balance is not easily achieved. It requires constant vigilance and practice. Each day we are called to recalibrate, to observe ourselves with honesty and compassion. The Masons believed that this process of self-refinement is the true work of the builder, not constructing temples of stone, but building the temple within. As we journey deeper into the meaning of the all-seeing eye, we begin to understand that it is not just a symbol of observation, but a symbol of unity. It reminds us that we are not isolated beings, but integral parts of a vast and interconnected whole. Our choices, our thoughts, and our actions ripple outward, affecting the world in ways we may never see. To live consciously, guided by this inner vision, is to become an architect of our own lives and a builder of the world around us. The all-seeing eye does not promise comfort or certainty. Its gift is far greater, the gift of awareness. It reveals the hidden patterns, the unseen forces shaping our lives, and it calls us to bring these into the light. This is the journey of the builder, the one who dares to look beyond appearances, to seek the deeper truth, and to build something meaningful from it. And so, the all-seeing eye remains a powerful guide for those who choose to follow it. It is not merely a symbol of divine oversight, but a tool for transformation. To see through this eye is to see the world and oneself with new clarity. It is an invitation to awaken, to step into a higher understanding, and to begin the lifelong work of building the inner temple. Each stone, each step, brings us closer to that ultimate vision, a life of purpose, harmony, and truth. Imagine for a moment that the true temple has never been made of stone. It is hidden in plain sight, a sanctuary within you, built not with tools, but with intention and silent strength. This is the most sacred task ever entrusted to mankind. To build a temple that cannot be seen, yet it holds the power to shape your destiny. Each thought becomes a brick, each choice a pillar, each experience a beam that fortifies the structure. This inner temple stands on no earthly ground. Its foundation is laid in silence and solitude, far from the eyes of the world. Its stones are forged in moments when no one is watching, when the only guidance comes from within, the quiet voice of wisdom that often goes unheard. But be warned, the building of this temple is no simple task. There will be whispers of doubt. Shadows will rise, testing your resolve. Storms of confusion will rage within you, attempting to break down what you have carefully built. For every stone placed with integrity, there will be an equal temptation to build hastily, to sacrifice virtue for comfort. Every brick represents a principle or virtue you must honor: honesty, compassion, resilience, courage. Each virtue forms a wall, and only through discipline can you keep these walls from crumbling under the weight of your desires. At the heart of the temple lies the sanctuary of truth, a place of clarity and reflection. It is not easy to enter this space. The doorway is hidden, guarded by the shadows of your past, the echoes of your fears, and the illusions you cling to. But for those brave enough to confront themselves, to truly meet their inner being, this sanctuary becomes a source of immense power. It is here, in this sacred silence, that you will find answers, not from the world outside, but from the deepest chambers of your soul. In Masonic tradition, they say the builder must become both the architect and the judge. As you build, you must also step back and ask, is this structure worthy of who I aspire to be? Do my thoughts and actions align with my highest values, or am I deceived by fleeting desires? The challenge is ongoing, for the temple is never truly finished. With each experience, you add another layer, another stone, another step upward. You are not merely building a sanctuary for yourself, you are creating a beacon of light for those around you. Just as ancient temples served as places of refuge, so too will your inner temple become a guiding light for others. Your strength, forged in the fire of self-mastery, will inspire those who walk in your shadow. But beware, for not all who begin this journey reach the summit. Some are lost in their own labyrinth, trapped by the illusions they built with their own hands. Others grow weary and abandon the task altogether, yet those who persist, who place each stone with care and purpose, will find a revelation waiting for them at the pinnacle. It is said that those who complete the temple undergo a transformation, a resurrection of the soul. They rise above the storms that once shook them, standing at last in the light of their own creation. The temple becomes not merely a monument to who they were, but a gateway to who they have become. Now imagine yourself at the entrance of this temple. The path stretches before you, shrouded in mist and mystery. You can feel the weight of the tools in your hands, your thoughts, your choices, your actions, each one shaping what lies ahead. The question is not whether you will build, but how you will build. Will your foundation stand strong, or will it crumble when the winds of life blow? Let us begin the ascent, step by step, stone by stone. This is the journey of the true builder, The staircase spirals upward, each step a test of your resolve. You rise from the foundation of duality, light and darkness, chaos and order, into higher realms of understanding. On each step, new symbols reveal themselves, the compass that points to balance, the square that demands integrity, the all-seeing eye that watches from within. These symbols are your guides, whispering of the ancient truths that lie beyond the reach of language. Climbing higher, you realize the staircase is endless. There is no final step, no summit to conquer. The temple grows as you grow. The more you understand, the more there is to build. Each lesson learned becomes another stone, another layer added to the structure of your being, and at the top you will find not a treasure, not a throne, but a mirror. It reflects everything you are, everything you have built. The temple is not separate from you, it is you. Every thought, every emotion, every action is part of its architecture. Its beauty and strength are yours to shape. So ask yourself, as every true builder must, am I building with integrity? Do I honor my values with every stone I place? For in the end, the only judge of this temple is you. It is your legacy, your testament to what you have chosen to create. And as we step away from this journey, remember that the true temple is built from within. Let us be architects of our own lives, building with purpose, with courage, and with unwavering truth. For in the end, this temple will stand long after we are gone, a reflection of the light we carried and the lives we touched. May we all honor the journey ahead, building with truth, seeing with clarity, and embodying the divine creators we are meant to be. If you're ready to uncover more hidden wisdom and embark on deeper journeys, subscribe to Path to the Unknown and join us as we explore the mysteries that lie beyond.